folks, y'all see what the title is. Let's go ahead and just jump right into this one here. Now, you're going to have two videos, okay? Now, this first one here is going to be from WAFF, channel 48, okay? And then the second video is going to be from the China Observer. All right, so hold on a quick second. So let's get WAFF up on the screen so we can get this poop eating show on the road. All right, let's go.
Right here on WAFF 48. An arrest in a Chinese restaurant in Albertville is revealing more information about a scheme to give many undocumented Chinese immigrants a U.S. driver's license. Investigators say this man, Xu Feng, who is deemed to be in the U.S. illegally, fled to Albertville from Queens, New York after his...
Now, somebody would have told me that was pronounced Xu. Xu Feng. Now get the gravity of this. He bounced from New York, from Queens, and went to Albertville. Albertville? I've never heard, and I've been all through Alabama. Hold on a second here. Let me hit my map thing here. Albertville. Big ass fingers hitting. Where is Albertville, Alabama? They got a vineyards there. Damn. Let's see what it's near. Okay, it's southeast of Huntsville, northeast of Birmingham. I never heard of the place. So he got so hot. It got so hot that he bounced from New York and went to Albertville, Alabama. Here's the deal, y'all. This is the part where a lot of people are probably gonna miss it, ain't paying no dad-gummed attention. You're here illegally, right? You go to New York. It get hot there, and you end up in a town in Alabama that most people probably ain't never heard of. You can't do that without being connected. He didn't just throw his stuff in a car or jump on a bus and tell Mr. Greyhound man, drop me somewhere in Alabama that most people ain't never heard of. You don't do that unless you're connected. He's a small fish that got caught.
Connection to that operation was revealed. WAFF 40 scheme to give many undocumented Chinese immigrants a U.S. driver's license. Investigators say this man, Xu Feng, who is deemed to be in the U.S. illegally, fled to Albertville from Queens, New York after his connection to that operation was revealed. WAFF 48's Nick Ballinger, he breaks down this investigation as well as Feng's alleged involvement.
An investigation into alleged Chinese national and former employee of Chowking in Albertville, Xu Feng, is crossing state lines. Feng, wanted on felony fraud charges in New York, was arrested last week after Homeland Security agents told Marshall County deputies he was working at the popular Albertville restaurant.
So they got Albertville must be bigger than I think it is.
Security agents told Marshall County deputies.
Hold on, I'm talking, bro. Hold on. Man, so Albertville must be, so he done left New York.
Was arrested last week. Albertville, Xu Feng.
When you hit back, it just automatically plays. So I don't believe in coincidences, folks. I don't. There's no freaking way that that's a coincidence. Out of all places, you turned up in Albertville. But know what else that tells you? That when the bloodhound wants to get you, all they got to do is sit still and just wait on you to make one slip. And next thing you know, they are on your doorstep.
Fang is crossing state lines. Fang, wanted on felony fraud charges in New York, was arrested last week after Homeland Security agents told Marshall County deputies he was working at the popular Albertville restaurant. ICE agents determined Fang, along with 6 of his co-workers, are here in the U.S.
Stop. Look. Soak it in, y'all. I'm trying to feed you something. And it ain't poop. Now he popped at this restaurant, right? Right. Look at the other people that was popped with him. From Mexico, from Mexico, from Mexico, from Guatemala, from Guatemala, from Guatemala, from China. This place got to be a front and fence for people. I wonder if the food was any good. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. I'm assuming that's probably an independent restaurant, not a chain. Who owns this restaurant? Who owns this restaurant? So this restaurant is running, and they got 7 illegals working in a Chinese buffet. Now, Fang, he can blend in. I mean, naturally, he can blend in. But come on, man. Were they in the kitchen? Okay. What were they doing somewhere else in the United States that caused them to run to Albertville to work at a restaurant? Look, I don't believe in coincidences. That all of these people are in some popular buffet in a town that I'm willing to bet you 90% of us ain't never heard of. And they're all illegals. So what's their story? Onward.
U.S. illegally. Marshall County Sheriff Phil Sims says Fang fled to Alabama.
Phil Sims, man, Phil doing bad. Phil used to be in pretty good shape, being, NFL quarterback and all.
Following his connection with a fraudulent driving school in New York called T&E.
Oh, look, you can see the pictures of the people on there. If y'all on the phone,
connection with a fraudulent driving.
You can see T&E driving school. Oh no, them the people that was back in New York with him. I can barely read some of the names. Look like they're all Asian. Look, all Asian. That's not Chinese. That's not Chinese. That's not Chinese. That's not Chinese. Okay.
School in New York called T&E.
T&E utilized social media and strategic advertising that targeted and exploited members of the Chinese community and guaranteed individuals' driver's licenses regardless of their immigration status, language, and even their ability to operate a vehicle.
Operation Road Test revealed in exchange for cash, the Queens-based driving school would provide you with a real New York driver's license. Fang's connection to the driving school, as well as how long he's been in Albertville, is still unclear at this time. But investigators from the Richmond, New York DA's office tell WAFF 48 members of the organization would take driving tests for clients, even with DMV employees being paid off.
Countless individuals are now driving on our roads without ever having demonstrated the basic skills necessary to do it safely.
Investigators say 14 individuals were indicted in the operation, including...
Okay, here we go. Now I got a better shot. Like I said, because this is my first time with, yeah, he definitely don't look Chinese. Okay, Aji Idakula and Endolina. No, that's why I was saying that them ain't a. Yeah, but they don't look Chinese to me. They look more, Cambodia, Vietnam. They don't look Chinese, but I could be wrong. So he's the owner. Okay, so this dude Tan was the owner of this driving school, and I guess they're related because they got the same last name. He's the secretary. Male sub. What the hell is a male sub? female sub. They ain't got her picture. Known to authorities, and they don't say what these are. Oh, DMV examiners. Okay, so they the one filling out the test for you so you can get your driver's license, I guess. Wow.
Fang and 3 DMV employees from Queens. Fang is now awaiting extradition to New York. We'll continue to bring you the latest on this investigation. In Albertville, Nick Ballinger, 48 News, on your side.
Okay, so they're going to send him to New York for what? New York is an illegal friendly state. They ain't going to do shit to him. I'm willing to bet you. But like I'm saying, this, your wheel, he's a cog in the machine, as well as the Mexicans and Guatemalans that got popped at that restaurant. I mean, what are the odds? Why is the restaurant still open? Why isn't the owner being perp walked out of the restaurant? See, until that happens, nothing changes. The only thing they're doing is pushing it down the line, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's go ahead and line up the China Observer. Okay, I'm quite sure this is not Hu Jintao approved. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and get it. Now, y'all, now I did watch half of this video. Y'all gonna watch homeboy get got. You know, they just, what, la, 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 la. Come here. No, they didn't beat him up, but they got them grips on them. Let's go ahead and go.
On July 29, 2025, ICE agents targeted a Chinese man in Monterey Park, a core Chinese area in Los Angeles. Surveillance footage shows a man in a light green shirt, nervously glancing around, seemingly on edge. But in fact, an ICE vehicle was parked right in front of his car, making it clear that ICE had already tracked his movements and was ready to make an arrest. As the man...
See, ICE spending that money now. Y'all know me, I know expeditions. That's a platinum. That ain't no regular expedition. That's a platinum. See this? See that polished trim piece? That's a platinum. And the body colored bumpers, that's a platinum. Y'all could have got a regular expedition. Why y'all spending that kind of money? We need to blend in, Mr. Taylor. Okay.
Loaded 2 buckets of water into his trailer, an ICE agent got out of the car and pretended to help him by moving a garbage can blocking the way. But this was just a ruse. Soon, 4 more agents appeared from different directions, surrounding him and putting handcuffs on him. The agent who got out of the car then pulled out a device that resembled a phone to confirm the man's identity. The man was then escorted into the SUV and driven away. This incident took place in front of the Siegel supermarket, across from Dingpangzi Plaza, also known as the Garfield Lincoln Center. This area is home to many Chinese businesses, including...
That's what I was great to say. You figure they'd be like, man, the last place I'm going to go is a Chinese strip because, man, I mean, that's going to be the first place they're going to look for my goofy ass. Noodle Art. Garage Milk Tea. I know what milk tea is, but y'all going to name it Garage? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Something Noodle, Sam's Nutrition. Okay, liquor store. Imagine that. Let's go.
Garfield Lincoln Center. This area is home to many Chinese businesses, including restaurants, supermarkets, hair salons, gold shops, and pharmacies, making it a well-known Chinese commercial hub. For many, this is the first stop when they arrive in the U.S., but life here is tough. People work illegally, live in hidden spaces, and constantly fear being caught by ICE.
Well, how are they in hidden spaces and living in fear when you say that's the first stop for it? Is this strip right here? I'm quite sure ICE knows that as well. Am I missing something or am I oversimplifying this?
The video quickly spread on Chinese social media. One commenter wrote, "It's obvious he's Chinese. After living abroad for so many years, I've noticed that many older Chinese people have this odd habit of standing with their hands behind their backs." Another said, "Clearly he's been targeted. Either he's guilty or has a deportation order against him." In recent years, several underground sex crime gangs within the Chinese community have been dismantled, exposing shocking dark operations behind them. On July 19th, federal law enforcement raided another underground nightclub in Los Angeles, arresting dozens of people and seizing
Did y'all see all them credit cards?
large amounts of criminal evidence, including drugs. Authorities stated that this nightclub was suspected of colluding with domestic organized crime groups. The video shows the nightclub hidden inside an inconspicuous commercial office building, with black reflective glass that made it appear abandoned from the outside. Inside, however, was a luxurious, modern nightclub with lighting, sound systems, and private rooms. When law enforcement raided the place, a white sedan quickly fled the parking lot, nearly colliding with a fire truck.
Private rooms. There's no sex in the champagne room. None. There is no sex. If you know where that come from, then you know.
With its lights flashing. 2 Chinese men ran into the street. Armed agents outside shouted, "Open the door." Law enforcement agencies did not disclose the total number of people arrested, but mentioned that 9 individuals were detained.
Why do they block out the faces of the criminals?
For violating immigration laws and have entered the deportation process. On July 20th, the Los Angeles division of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration posted on social media. Images showed dozens of men being handcuffed and sitting on the ground, a few Chinese women in tight tops and shorts, and law enforcement seizing large amounts.
Oh, and I forgot, this video is in response because there's a couple of goofballs out here, and some of them have no content. I noticed the ones that don't make content yap the loudest. They yap louder than the content, than us content creators. But at least we have something up here that can be picked and pecked on and, dissected and whatnot. Where the only thing you have is comments and a mouth. But anyway, well, Nick Daly, why is this the only thing you do? Well, what about the, well, number one, this ain't my first one doing it on Asians and on Indians, but I guess you're not paying attention. Then well, I'm not sub to you anyway. Then shut the fuck up. Yeah, I said it. That's actually what I typed. I'm surprised Massive Dynamic let it stay up. Look at all these cards. Look at this. Look at all these Visa, and they're all Visa. They're all Visa. Look at all. Ooh, over the weekend, DEA, Los Angeles Field Division, DEA, HSI, FBI, and CBP teams executed search warrants in El Monte, California, at an underground nightclub with suspected ties to Chinese organized crime. Imagine that. Much of the evidence gathered is indicative of the multifaceted nature of the criminal activity, to include drug trafficking, money laundering, pocket picketing, and manslaughter, gift card fraud, and immigration violations. And the other part, that was the Benny Hill thing.
Drugs, drug paraphernalia, credit cards, entire boxes of gift cards, and gambling equipment. Criminal gangs often operate in hidden places like apartment buildings or massage parlors. Many of these businesses run under legal names such as foot massage or spa centers, but secretly engage in sex trade activities. The level of concealment makes law enforcement efforts more challenging.
Oh, me so. Hey, Sailor. Hey, AGI, you got girlfriend back home? Me so horny. Me love you long time. What do you get for $10?
Challenging. This was the second Chinese underground nightclub raided by federal agencies in the Los Angeles area in the past 2 months. On May 30th, ICE's Homeland Security Investigations Los Angeles Division, in cooperation with other agencies, raided a warehouse in Industry City, Los Angeles. Around 60 to 70 Chinese individuals were found inside, using drugs and partying. Some were sitting with their heads down, trying to hide their faces, as a helicopter circled above. 36 people without legal status were arrested on the spot. Most of them had entered the U.S. illegally and only had work permits. The underground nightclub charged an entry fee of $40 to $50, with people singing, partying, and drugs scattered around. Sources revealed that the place lacked fire extinguishers, and in case of a fire, no one would be able to escape. Among the arrested, most were Chinese nationals who entered the U.S. through illegal means. Some had already received deportation orders or were facing immediate removal. The arresting team specialized in money laundering. This operation may have uncovered the illicit financial operations of underground money exchange businesses. In many cases, the criminal gangs behind sex trafficking not only profit from the activities, but also control the workers through threats, violence, and by confiscating their passports, forcing them to continue working. Most of the workers involved are economically disadvantaged women, including immigrants and low-income groups. They often lack language
Damn, who didn't see that part coming?
skills and may have been tricked by illegal agencies into working in the sex industry. These underground sex operations also disturb local residents. Some have complained that their neighborhoods have become more dangerous due to these activities, with suspicious individuals frequently seen entering and exiting massage parlors. On July 30th, law enforcement in Louisiana raided multiple massage parlors, arresting 2 Chinese owners who are accused of running illegal prostitution and operating without a license.
And that's something else we've talked about. There's, even as bad as things are, there's still always some out there trying to claim the divine. Notice when, more often than not, when there's something sex, illegal, illicit sex related, there's always a woman at the helm or sitting next to the man that's sitting next to the MFing man. Every freaking time. You can't claim the divine when you're part of the machine that feeds the larger machine. Willingly.
The arrested individuals are 38-year-old Wu Yuzhang and 56-year-old Feng Rulian. Investigations revealed that they ran 2 massage parlors in East Baton Rouge, Magnolia Spa and Oriental Relax Spa. According
Where keep a techie at? Techie, get the, hey man, techie. Come on, bro.
to arrest records, Wu Yuzhang opened a spa near Jefferson Highway in St. George in 2023, but later received a closure order in 2024 for operating without a license. During this time, several residents reported ongoing sex trade activities at the location. Young Asian women who couldn't speak English were seen wearing revealing attire and only wrapped in bathrobes standing on the street. Witnesses also reported seeing men frequently entering the back door of the massage parlor, which was only separated from residential homes by a wall. Feng Rulian's Oriental Relax Spa also faced multiple closure orders due to operating without a license. Police also pointed out that both of the individuals posted illegal advertisements online, offering sexy young girls and other suggestive services. Additionally, ICE agents discovered 2 Chinese prostitutes who were illegal immigrants and added them to the deportation list. Recently, a large-scale fake driver's license case has shaken the Chinese community across the U.S. The mastermind behind helping illegal Chinese immigrants obtain New York driver's licenses, Feng Shu, was arrested on July 18th in Albertville, Alabama. Investigations show that a driving school in Flushing, Queens, New York, posted ads targeting the Chinese community on social media, claiming there was no written or road test. They offered to help customers cheat on the exams and guaranteed a legitimate driver's license. Once customers
Gee, I wonder how they got caught and what took them so damn long. I didn't know Flushing, Queens was a hot spot for Asians.
arrived, the school would either forge their exam identities or bribe DMV examiners to directly issue a license. The school charged between $1,600 and $2,000 per customer, targeting Chinese immigrants who could not speak English. Many of these clients didn't even know how to drive. Feng Shu also worked as a chef at the Chowking restaurant. When he was arrested, ICE also took 6 restaurant employees into custody, suspected of being illegal immigrants. Feng Shu is currently held at Marshall County Jail, with no bail as he awaits trial. Feng Shu's arrest uncovered the tip of the iceberg in a Chinese community's fake driver's license operation. Unbeknownst to many,
Yeah, we already covered this part. Let's go ahead and speed it up.
report from Chinese media suggests that last year alone, the driving school sold over 2,000 fake licenses, meaning many people without driving abilities were on the road, posing a serious public safety risk. The tragic incidents caused by drivers who slipped through the cracks are equally shocking. Last year, the driver involved in a 5-car pileup in Brooklyn had a receipt from T&E driving school, and his road test record showed a perfect score on turns, yet the surveillance footage showed him knocking over 3 cones in a row. The scope of the driver's license fraud case continues to expand, with several Chinese individuals recently arrested by ICE for illegally purchasing fake licenses. On July 16th, a Chinese man in Pennsylvania was driving when he was suddenly ambushed by 4 law enforcement officers who conducted a search. The police took him to his residence and arrested his relatives. The man said, "I didn't understand what was happening at first. I was handcuffed and brought home. Only then did I realize they were there to arrest my relatives." The police suspect that his relative's driver's license was not obtained through a formal test, but was purchased through T&E driving school. The case is now under a fugitive search. The man speculated that the police may have tracked him down through the address and emergency contact information his relative filled out when applying for the license. Another Chinese immigrant revealed that his brother was also arrested by the police recently. He said, "The police knocked on the door, barged in, handcuffed my brother, and showed us documents saying he had bought the license." The informant added that the police used a translation app to communicate with the family, making the whole process alarming and distressing. The related arrests are ongoing, and many in the Chinese community who obtained their licenses through this driving school are now worried and fearful of becoming the next target of the investigation. It is said that purchasing an illegal driver's license may be seen as participating in fraud, with penalties such as fines, imprisonment, or community service. Given that illegal immigrants are the primary target group for purchasing fake licenses, ICE's involvement indicates that if an illegal immigrant status is discovered, it will trigger deportation proceedings. On August 6, a manager named Wang from a law firm told foreign media that he had just turned down a client involved in the Flushing T&E driving school case. Wang said, "This person bought a license from the driving school, got caught, and his family came to us for help yesterday, but we told them there was nothing we could do. They'll have to wait for deportation." He emphasized, anyone who enters the country illegally and commits a criminal offense will definitely be targeted by ICE, and they'll enter the deportation process. Recently, a Fujian-based influencer posted on Douyin, revealing the process of the T&E driving school being shut down.
The driving school in Queens, New York is accused of long-term bribery of DMV examiners and assisting a large number of Chinese illegal immigrants, including those who cannot drive, to obtain illegal driver's licenses. Several people are involved in the case, and 8 individuals from the driving school and DMV personnel being charged and arrested. The targeted individuals are mostly Fujian residents. The scandal was exposed when an internal DMV staff member noticed suspicious activity. The police then deployed undercover agents who spoke Fujian dialect, posing as students. They were able to buy a license by paying between $1,600 and $2,000. During the operation, 150 fake driver's licenses and permits were seized. This case is very large and could involve 1,000 to 2,000 people or even more.
In addition to tracking illegal driver's licenses, there are reports that ICE will use personal data from beneficiaries of Medicaid to track illegal immigrants. This will be the latest move by the Trump administration to combat illegal immigration. According to an AP report on July 17th, 79 million people are enrolled in Medicaid, the federal health assistance program, also known as the White Card. ICE will soon have access to the Medicaid database, which includes information such as home addresses and ethnicity. The AP reported that, based on an agreement signed between the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services and the Department of Homeland Security, the Medicaid data will allow immigration agents to track the location of foreign nationals across the country. Social media platforms like X and WeChat shows that the Chinese community is becoming more fearful of ICE raids and data tracking like Medicaid. Many people are afraid to seek medical care, report crimes, or apply for legal status. Recently, there have been several cases of Chinese individuals being arrested by ICE in Brooklyn, New York. A local Chinese bakery owner confirmed that the incident took place on the morning of July 15th, when multiple ICE agents took 3 Chinese individuals who were living upstairs into custody. Another case involved the mother of a Chinese student attending a public school in the 43rd District who was arrested during a routine check-in with immigration authorities, leaving her 4 children at home. It was reported that some people were deported within 2 weeks of their arrest, while others were held for months or even sent to a third country. Additionally, a man visiting New York and staying in a hotel was arrested at the airport while preparing to board a domestic flight. He had a passport but was detained for lacking legal status. This type of situation is becoming more common. Since Trump's second term began, immigration enforcement has significantly intensified. In New York, for example, according to the latest data, from January 20th to the end of June, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested at least 2,365 immigrants in the New York area. The immigration policy has shifted from prioritizing the deportation of criminals to a broader approach of removing individuals with illegal status.
Wait a minute. Hey, ma'am, look. They are criminals. That what then shifted from Hugo Boss. Then shifted from, what did she say? From targeting criminals They are criminals. You are here in the United States by illegal means and you are undocumented. Or you're on an overstayed visa, which I'm willing to bet you $1 to a donut. Most of these ain't. So by definition, you're a criminal. That's like you catch me driving a stolen motor vehicle, but I say, well, I mean, you can't call me a criminal. You didn't see me steal it. Yeah, but it's in your possession. Yeah, but you don't know how I got it. But it doesn't belong to you. Oh, you trying to daggum set me? What? Ma'am, look, I'm with you. We only got a minute left, but still, no, they are criminals. Okay? They are criminals. If I pop up and over there and Xi Jinping find out I'm over there, I'm a criminal. Maduro, I'm a criminal. Down in Mexico, I'm a criminal. You don't belong here. You are here illegally, which means you broke the law, which makes you a criminal. Onward.
Of criminals to a broader approach of removing individuals with illegal status. In recent years, some Chinese people have endured great hardships traveling through Central and South America to eventually enter the U.S. illegally.
To enter the U.S. illegally. They're criminals, ma'am.
According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection data.
Damn, that was a big girl. Hold on a second. She just sticks out in the crowd. Shit.
Eventually enter the U.S. illegally.
Shoot, all three of them, man. Maybe they going to sign up, for the Dallas Cowboys for the offensive line. Hut.
According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection data, since China reopened its borders after the COVID-19 lockdown in January 2023, over 63,000 Chinese citizens have fled and crossed the U.S.-Mexico border without authorization, making them the fourth largest group of immigrants, following those from Venezuela, Haiti, and Ecuador. CBP data also shows that in the 2024 fiscal year, 24,214 Chinese citizens were arrested at the southern border, an increase of over 8,000% compared to the 2021 fiscal year.
Them ain't Chinese. Hold on a second. They must have came in the wintertime. There's our wall, of course.
An increase of over 8,000% compared to the
Them ain't Chinese. I don't know what they are, but they ain't Chinese.
2021 fiscal year. Furthermore, by the first half of 2024, arrests had already exceeded the total for the entire 2023 fiscal year. In fact, many of these Chinese illegal immigrants are fleeing the Chinese government's strict censorship system and growing political oppression. They come from China's middle class or working class backgrounds, some of whom have enough financial resources to pay tens of thousands of dollars in fees, but not enough to enter the U.S. legally through investment immigration or student visas. The COVID lockdown and economic slowdown.
So you got tens of thousands of dollars. So you ain't poor in China, but you
have caused small business owners and self-employed individuals to lose their COVID lockdown and economic U.S. legally through investment immigration or student visas. The COVID lockdown and economic slowdown have caused small business owners and self-employed individuals to lose their livelihoods, pushing them to take risks. For example, a 27-year-old female immigrant's daycare business went bankrupt due to the zero COVID policy, and she was forced to leave her family. She chose to cross into the U.S. illegally. These immigrants are victims of the Chinese Communist Party's high-pressure policies, and now they face the risk of deportation from the U.S. Caught in this difficult situation, their survival is becoming increasingly difficult.
Folks, I have nothing else to add between my comment, my lighthearted commentary, and what you saw. I mean, there we are. So y'all are, a lot of us already knew that they were also on the clock, but there's just, you got the naysayers, the criers, and the defenders and whatnot. As I had some white guy in real life tell him, well, don't you think, and this is inhumane, and this, that, and other, and I literally said, why are you trying to talk to me about this? I ain't gonna get into the whole long drawn out story. Basically, I'm telling them, look, Mr. Puffy white dude, you need to get away from me with that shit. And what I want, do you know what they would do to your ass if you were in the same position in their country, Mr. Stay Puff Marshmallow Boy? You know, they'd rip your fat ass to pieces. Anyway, that's it. We're out of here. Let me know what you think. Please leave your comments below, and I will talk to y'all later. Be good and be safe. Bye.